the founder because the founder was a militant man, and he directed military actions himself against others. Some will say in self-defense, but this was clearly not always the case. They were pogroms of conquest of people who would not accept his religion. Now, Muhammad was born in 570, and just do the numbers here. The founder was someone who displayed these tendencies. We read in the Quran itself, especially the final words that were left by the prophet about how to deal with infidels and non-believers, even people of the book, that they are to be subjugated and killed. And then when you look at the history of what happened soon after he died, it was a continuation of the kind of thing that he exemplified while he was alive. Such that he was born in 570, he died early 7th century, 600s. By 732, in one sense a mere 100 years later, the violent spread of Islam had been so successful it had taken over all of northern Africa, the Middle East, and east of there, and had incursions into Europe, all of Spain, and we're into France, and it wasn't until 732 and Charles Martel fought the Battle of Tours that stopped that advance, the forceful spreading of the religion. And even to today, though this kind of battle has not been part of modern times, the religion is still sustained by violence, because in countries that are ruled by Sharia, Muslim law, it is a capital crime to change your faith. Now, what is the right conclusion for us to draw from these observations? I think the right conclusion to draw from the observations about Christianity is that those who acted with violence were acting in a way that was inconsistent with the teachings of Jesus and the heritage that he left, and by contrast, those who are doing acts of terror are at least arguably very consistent with the teachings of their founder, the writings of the founder, and the history of their early years. And so I'm inclined to agree from what I know, and I'm not an expert in Islam, but I know enough to see these things. And I'm inclined to agree with Ayaan Hirsi Ali that the problem here isn't some screwballs who hijacked a peaceful religion. The problem here is a religion that's not peaceful at its core. And that this violent version of Islam is a deeply respected tradition in Islam in many places in the world. And when you study in Islamic universities, as I've talked to people who have, this is one of the things that are taught. This is a line of thinking. It's a proper and appropriate and credible interpretation of the religion. I know of no place in the world that holds the same thing about Christianity. These are two entirely different religions. And frankly, if you want a religion of peace, don't become a Muslim. Follow the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ. He lived that.